Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Neota Network. Thank you all very much for joining us. The Neota Network is really all about you. This is a chance for everyone in the Neota world, so whether you're a customer, a prospect, a fellow vendor, which we do integrations with, or anyone else in the legal tech space, inside or outside of it, if you're interested in legal technology, in process automation, in building apps and deploying apps and everything in between, you're in the right place. So I'd like to welcome you. This is actually an extension of a series of user conferences that we've actually done quite a few of over the past few years, starting small and eventually growing to the size that we are today in this virtual environment. As well, we're mixing a lot of different regions. So Neota actually, we operate globally, main centers being in the United States and Canada and North America, in Great Britain and mainland Europe, and then as well in Australia and the Asia Pacific region. So welcome everyone. This day is mostly aimed at the Asia Pacific region because we did have to find our way around the time zones. So this is most convenient for you, but welcome to anyone else who's tuning in. So day one, we wanted to kick it off by first welcoming you. And I'd like to introduce our CEO, Kim Masana, to the conversation to welcome you as well.
Thank you, Max, and welcome everybody. We are delighted about this event. This is going to be our third year running, and every year we have more and more colleagues joining us, and I'm sure that you'll see plenty of very interesting stories from your fellow colleagues and from our staff at Neota. So looking forward to the 3-day session, and thank you for joining us again.
Great. So before we get into the agenda and what you can expect, not just today, but over the next 3 days, Kim and I decided to have a bit of a conversation here to let you know from a higher level point of view, what the state of the world is in terms of from what we're seeing within Neota. As I'm sure all of you know, there's been a lot of changes over the past few months, not just in the way that business is done, but also in the way that people have approached digitizing some of their legal services. So we thought we'd walk through that, and then we'd love to introduce you to what the next 3 days and especially what today looks like. So why don't I kick it off here with Kim. Kim, first thing I wanted to talk about is just generally over the past few years, especially in having these user groups, what do you see as some of the factors and some of the things that have transformed Neota and some of the transformations Neota's gone through over the past few years? What are some of the highlight reels?
Yeah, so we've been investing a lot into the product, and we've significantly enhanced and expanded the number of people working on the product. And you'll see that we always had very deep capabilities that we're going to go into over the next few days. But one area where we significantly improved is in user experience. We have not invested enough in what our applications look like. So we were very invested in what they did. And now we are just going to be equally focused on how they do it and how interactive they are. And this is part of a much bigger effort into putting the client into everything that at the center of everything that we do. So on top of having the user group, we've also worked with a number of clients to co-design new products. And then also we've launched a customer advisory board in each of our regions to make sure that we really understand what's important for our clients, where they are going, and where do they think that Neota can help us. That has worked really well for us, and since that journey, we've seen that the retention rate for our clients has been extremely high, and then also we've been able to add a significant number of new clients, and I'm very glad to see that also revenue has gone up. And this is important for our clients because the more revenue we have, the more we can reinvest into the products, and that's exactly what we are doing.
Great, thank you very much, Kim. And you know what, I think over the next few days, today's content especially, and actually the next 3 days content, we're going to be hearing from some of the people on that customer advisory board. We're going to be digging into a lot of that product development that you just mentioned on, and really that sharing aspect, the aspect that it really is a focus on the customer. That's what the next 3 days are all about. So we're hoping you can learn from each other. And actually, speaking of that, just to, given the shift in business over the past few months and just the global climate, wondering if you could speak for a few minutes about how the current climate has affected the legal automation market and what you're seeing from clients.
Yeah, obviously it has been a challenge for all of us to operate in the COVID world. The good news for us is that we are part of the digital economy, so it has been an easy transition to work from home, work distributed. And then Neota helps with that, because what we are is a platform to help create distributed expertise and scale it up. So we've seen that clients have benefited from the platform. And in fact, lots of clients have used the platform to create apps related to COVID. So for example, how to get back to work, how to get back to the office, what sort of policies to be put in place to provide the right health and safety. So I think that for us, it's been pretty much business as usual. And we think that what COVID has done is accelerate the path towards digital economy and the path towards distributed expertise. So glad to be in that space and glad to be able to help our colleagues in law firms and corporate legal departments.
Totally. Yeah, and completely understand. I can tell you from the use case side of things as well, anything that was done traditionally on paper is attempting to be moving digital. So we're seeing, a lot of document automation cases especially, and workflows of approval process and everything else that, I think we were not taking for granted, but that just was done face-to-face in offices, obviously, was now moved to the digital space. And actually, speaking of that, Kim, what do you see for the future role that Neota is going to play in sort of this evolving businesscape? What do you see on the roadmap and in the future for Neota?
Yeah, I think that what we need to emphasize is the platform nature of our offering. And what we would like to see our clients is using the platform both for client-facing applications, but also for internal efficiency-driven applications. And I think it's going to be very important to help our clients to build a significant number of use cases. So what we are doing is investing with our professional services group to train our clients to get the most of the platform. And you hear from some of our clients that have gone from getting 1 app to 2 apps to 4 to 8 to 20. And I'm very glad to see that now we have a significant number of clients that are at the 20 plus apps. And that's where we would love to see most of our clients. We want you to get the most value of what we are building and want to make sure that, you understand that this is a platform solution that combines workflow, combines document automation and expertise systems, and it can be used in a variety of settings. And hopefully over the next 3 days, we're going to provide you with plenty of ideas.
Great. Well, thank you very much, Kim, for your time and for today. And I think we're in for an exciting next few days and especially today. So thank you very much. So for everyone else, what can you expect over the rest of today and the next few days? So first of all, you'll be sort of hearing my voice. I'll be a bit of your guide for the next few days. My name is Max Patterson, and I'm the VP of Customer Success here at Neota Logic. And I'll be taking you through introducing some of the speakers and sort of walking you through the different days we have. The way this is going to work is we've actually laid it out so that you can choose your own adventure here. You can pick what streams and what talks interest you the most. So we have a few streams available, and on sign up, you would have had some options to choose your own schedule. So we have topics like thought leadership, legal education, law firm specific routes, corporate legal routes, sessions on the Neota platform itself, insurance specifically, a use case area that we've seen quite a bit of in an industry, and pro bono as well. So depending on which stream you've picked, or if you've made a custom schedule for yourself, we'll have tailored content and speakers and topics directly on that. So what does today look like? Well, first off, we are going to be hearing from a speaker from a corporate client, West Farmers, in the APAC region, talking about insights into creating effective self-service tools. We'll then move over to the business side of education, a speaker from the University of Melbourne talking about how to create innovation as a service, so creating a business center hub. Once again, similar in the self-service nature of things. We have two speakers coming in from Herbert Smith Freehills, who will be talking about getting ahead of the problem, how you actually can plan for things ahead. And then we've got some Neota speakers coming up. We have one of our sales leads in the APAC region talking about improving automation and business processes in particular. Next, moving on to Lawyers on Demand, talking about supercharging Office 365 for legal teams. So that's about some of the integrations. So Neota just doesn't play on its own. It works really well with others and can pass information to and from systems like Office 365. Also, hearing from one of our senior product specialists and solutions architects talking about moving from precedent over to contract, especially in the document automation space. Back to the education world, so talking about how legal education is notching things up, not just in the COVID world, but as well involving more technology in legal education. And finally, we have our product lead from over in the APAC region and product lead of Neota talking about our product roadmap. So walking you through not just what we've done up to this point, but what you can expect from the Neota suite going forward. So a really exciting and jam-packed first day schedule. And without further ado, I'll sort of move on to our next session. And thank you again for joining us, and looking forward to any and all feedback you want to share, and looking forward to you enjoying the sessions. So thank you for joining me, Kim, and we'll see you in the next session.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Max.